Okay, so you are welcome to the first part of our workshop, which is to look at a quick recap, what we have learned so far. So it's basically going to take us through the summary of what we did in our first meeting. And if you recall, we emphasized the fact that data is everywhere. Data is with you. Data is around you. Data is you are or you yourself somehow you are a body of data. Your body is data. Your age, your phone number, no, your bank account, uh, everything about you. So individually, you are an embodiment of data. Data is everywhere. It's around you. It's within you. But what do we mean by data? In our last workshop, we emphasized the fact that data is simply information. Information sometimes is raw, it's unprocessed. Sometimes also is processed to certain level, so it may need to be further processed or processed further. So, but data is information. If I ask what's your age, and you tell me you have given me information about yourself. If I ask about what food, what's your preferred meal for breakfast, and you tell me, that's information about you. If I ask how much is in your pocket, and you tell me, that's information about you. It's also data. But if I now collect, information from several people and put them together, that becomes raw data, and then I need to process the data. So, but the bottom line, what we really emphasized in our last discussion was that data is everywhere, and we all agreed to that. On social media, you have data. On you know, on your devices, you have data, and this data can come in form of numbers. I've talked about your age. I've talked about, for instance, your exam score. You know, uh, the data will also come in form of text. When you send text messages, how are you? Where are you? Are you coming? I'm coming. Those are messages, right? But they are not number. So they are called text data. They can also be processed. So sometimes also data come in form of images, the video, the picture, and other form of images that you see around. So photos, videos, they represent data. It's also, they are all form of information. And then we emphasize, that's the second slide, we emphasize the need to ask the right question. If you recall in our last discussion, ability to ask questions is a great asset when it comes to being a data scientist. I think as some of you are trying to be. So you must learn how to ask good questions. So before you analyze any data, you need to ask good, specific questions. And what constitutes good questions? When do we say a question is good in this particular field? That question is specific. It's specific. How old are you? Or what is your age? That specific is different from are you old? So if I ask are you old, that is not specific. It's subjective. Somebody who is old may claim is young. But if I say what is your age? That is what specific, is clear and is focused. Uh, that question also must be measurable, must be measured. Is something that can be answered with data. That question must be something that can be answered with data. And of course, must be relevant. Whatever question you are asking must be relevant to the goal of your project or of your uh, of your study or whatever you are trying to investigate. So these three, criteria are used to judge whether a question is good or bad. So learn to ask questions and be specific in your question. Ensure that your question is measurable and relevant. Next slide. Then you see uh, uh, last workshop we talked about spreadsheets. And then we establish spreadsheets as the first data tool that any data scientist must be able to get familiar with. Any data scientist must be familiar with spreadsheets. And in particular, we discuss the Google Sheet. We also talk about the Microsoft Excel, which are popular spreadsheets that you need to learn, you need to know, and you should start using them from time to time. So, in that spreadsheet, we explain what in the spreadsheet you will see cells, you will see rows, you will see columns, so we explain what a cell is just the intersection of a row and a column, and that's where you input the values, the data that you are trying to analyze. I think somebody is trying to join. So, so you must also, if you in the spreadsheet tool, you must get familiar with the interface with the environment. You must also be able to enter different types of data in your spreadsheet. It's like if the data is quantitative, you enter. If the data is qualitative, if it's text, whatever form of data, we've talked about different types of data, which could be numeric, which could be text, which could also be images. All of this can be even web addresses, email addresses, all of them can be entered into your Excel or any spreadsheet for that matter. Then we introduce ourselves to basic formulas that you can apply in the Google Sheet or in the Microsoft Excel. Formula like when if you want to sum, you use the sum function, uh, which helps you to get total of something, of your data, of your numeric data. You can also find average, so you find average of numeric data, not text data. So we discussed all of this um, in our last workshop, and we ended that workshop by looking at basic visualization. You know, and this visualization, I share my radio program with you, the Facebook link yesterday. I don't know how many of you watched it. How many of you watched it? The uh, Data Speaks program I had with the Diamond uh, 101, 101.1 FM. That's the University of Ibadan radio station. Well, the link is still there if you are in our WhatsApp group. So we discussed about data visualization and the purpose of data visualization and some of the pitfalls why how you should uh, what you should be mindful of, you know, when you are building your data visualizations or visuals. So, but the key takeaway, uh, one is that visualizations, whether in form of charts or graphs or, you know, whatever image that we want to use, we are basically converting raw data. We are converting raw data to images. That's what visualization is all about. Raw data in its when collected, they look dirty. They look very disorganized. But when you now convert them to graphs, to charts, then you are able to see, you can easily make comparison between groups, you can see trends, you can also establish relationships. Those are the key usefulness of transforming your data from raw form to visuals. And um, we discussed different types of visuals that you can use. The bar chart, we said, is good for comparing categories. The pie chart, we said, is good for showing parts of a whole. If you have a whole and then you want to know what part belongs to each group, then so if we are if we are 20 here, and then we know we have female, we have male, then we want to know what which part is constituting the majority. Which part is constituting the minority? So pie chart can tell us out of the whole participant, then this is the part for female. This is the part for male. Line graph, you need to have the time dimension in your data. So if you are monitoring your anything, on daily basis or weekly basis, as long as you have the time dimension there, then you can see how the value is changing over time. Maybe if you are monitoring price of a commodity, for instance, or you are monitoring the number of kilometers that you cover every day, then you will see how the distance you cover is changing day by day. So you can see trend, you can see patterns. That's the usefulness of line graphs. So in rounding up, so after having established this foundation in the first workshop, so today we now want to start going to learn data skills that will take us to the next level, and that will help us to apply some of the well-known powerful tools for visualizing our data and for making or drawing insights from our data. So that's the summary of what we have done in the last workshop. So we introduce ourselves to the concept of data in that workshop. We introduce ourselves also to the critical skill of asking questions, what you need to know how to ask questions, what constitutes good question. Then we talk about the spreadsheet, the Google Sheet, the Microsoft Excel, the environment, and we also learn few functions that can help you to calculate and also visualize your data. And I think Peter gave you some exercises. I'm sure some of you have been submitting. Unfortunately, Peter is not able to join us today. So that is the rundown. If you have questions now, we can quickly discuss that. But let me stop presentation. Yeah. So any question from that? You can show your screen. Yes, sir. Show your, Any question on what we did in the last workshop? Any question? Everything is here. So let me again stop recording the video so that the file is not heavy. Then we'll start again.